Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello and welcome. I'm Ada Masai with Pulse of Africa News, bringing you the latest stories and updates from across the continent. The 2025 IGAD Media Awards officially opened today in Addis Ababa, marking the start of 2 days of regional dialogue and recognition aimed at elevating climate journalism across the Horn of Africa. Organized by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, in partnership with the Government of Ethiopia, the third edition of the awards runs from 29 to 30 November 2025 under the theme Storytelling for Climate Action for a Secure, Resilient and Stable Region. Day 1 features a series of high-level panel discussions bringing together journalists, policymakers, climate specialists and development partners. These sessions are examining the media's role in shaping public understanding of climate change, strengthening community resilience, enhancing early warning systems, and advancing regional cooperation on environmental challenges. The awards ceremony will take place tomorrow, recognizing media professionals whose exceptional climate-focused reporting has contributed to greater public awareness and development in the IGAD region. The awards aim to celebrate journalists who document the lived realities, resilience, and innovative solutions emerging as communities across the Horn of Africa confront intensifying climate impacts. This year, approximately 400 journalists from across all the member states, including 94 from Ethiopia, are competing in 8 categories across television, radio, print, digital media, and a special category for Best Female Journalist. Beyond honoring journalistic excellence, the event seeks to promote constructive, community-driven reporting that supports climate resilience and sustainable development across member states. With 2,000 to 2,500 invited guests expected to attend, the awards are also set to strengthen public diplomacy, deepen regional ties, and enhance Ethiopia's international image. As climate pressures escalate across the Horn of Africa, the 2025 IGAD Media Awards underscore the growing importance of journalism that informs citizens, influences policy, and inspires collective climate action. The 2025 edition in Addis Ababa marks the third IGAD Media Awards, following the first in Djibouti and the second in Kenya, highlighting the initiative's regional reach and its commitment to recognizing journalism that addresses pressing issues, particularly climate change. IGAD mission head to Ethiopia, Ababa Bihoning, emphasized the transformative role of media in shaping public understanding and driving action on the Horn of Africa's most pressing challenges. The third IGAD Media Awards officially opened today in Addis Ababa, bringing together journalists, broadcasters, photographers, and media professionals from across the region. The ceremony celebrates excellence in reporting on climate action, humanitarian issues, and regional resilience. Today, we gather not only to plan, but to reaffirm that your stories can shape the future of East Africa, Ababa said in his opening address.
This morning in Addis Ababa, we gather in unity under one of the most compelling themes in the history of humanity, the caprices of climate challenge. We come together not only to plan, but to reaffirm something more powerful. Our stories, and especially your stories, can shape the future of Eastern Africa. I stand before you here humbled, speaking as part of the advanced team of His Excellency Dr. Ogna Gabiyo, the Executive Secretary of IGAD, preparing fully for the historic third IGAD Media Awards, which will be taking place tomorrow in the afternoon. By selecting Addis Ababa as a host city, IGAD and its member states honor Ethiopia's steadfast leadership in regional cooperation, peace building, and green development. Your deep commitment demonstrated through recent gains in regional integration and climate diplomacy makes this city fitting stage for us to recognize journalistic excellence.
He highlighted IGAD's evolution over the past 4 decades, from addressing recurring droughts to desertification to broader mandates including peace building, environmental protection, and regional integration. He noted that media professionals humanized numbers, turning data into lived experiences that compelled governments, partners, and communities to act in a timely manner. This year's awards, themed Storytelling for Climate Action Secure and Resilient, featured nearly 400 media professionals competing for recognition. A distinguished 21-member jury will honor journalists whose work informs on climate challenges while inspiring resilience and action. Reflecting on the awards history, Ababa noted that the first ceremony in Djibouti focused on drought and resilience, while last year's in Nairobi highlighted peace and security.
These 3 media awards, the third media awards, nearly 400 media professionals across from all our member states will vie for recognition. A jury of 21 distinguished experts stand ready to honor those whose work not only inform us on the challenges and opportunities that come with climate challenge, but inspires resilience action.
He encouraged participants to embrace creativity and courage in their storytelling, underlining that the Horn of Africa and Greater Eastern Africa belongs to all of us, and the story we tell are central to building resilience, peace, and sustainable development. The awards ceremony will continue tomorrow, with winners set to be recognized for their exceptional contributions to climate reporting, humanitarian storytelling, and regional integration. Africa is facing the harshest impacts of climate change, with prolonged droughts, irregular rainfall, and severe flooding affecting farmers, pastoralists, and vulnerable communities across the continent. Speaking at the opening of the 2025 IGAD Media Awards in Addis Ababa, Seyum Makonnen, Ethiopia's State Minister of Planning and Development, emphasized the vital role of journalists in shaping public understanding and driving action on climate challenges. Africa contributes least to global emissions, yet bears some of the heaviest burdens, he said, urging media professionals to highlight both the struggles and solutions emerging from the continent. CM pointed to African initiatives such as Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative, climate-smart agriculture programs, community-based adaptation projects, and investments in renewable energy as examples of proactive leadership in addressing climate risks. The media's capacity to inform, question narratives, and inspire action is critical, he added. The IGAD Media Awards recognize these storytellers and institutions, elevating voices, experiences, and solutions from our region.
The IGAD Media Award recognizes journalists, storytellers, and media institutions that brings to light the voices, experience, and solutions emerging from our regions. By dedicating this year's award to climate change, IGAD underscores the indispensable role of the media in raising awareness, influencing public discourses, and driving policy movement. The media's capacity to question narratives, illuminate truths, and inspire action is critical in our pursuit of climate resilience. The second African Climate Summit held in Addis Ababa in September 2025 demonstrates this power. Many of you here today may contribute significantly to reframing African climate narratives. Many of you present today might be part of this effort, helping us move beyond the outdated perception of Africans as a mere victims of climate change and aid dependence.
Over the next 2 days, participants from across the Horn of Africa will engage in discussions, collaborations, and knowledge sharing aimed at fostering resilience and climate security in the region. CM linked the awards to broader African climate initiatives, including the second African Climate Summit at Addis Ababa and Ethiopia's preparations to host COP32, urging journalists to frame Africa as a leader in climate solutions rather than a passive victim.
Ethiopia is deeply honored to host COP32, This is a moment of pride, not just for our nation, but for the entire IGAD region and the African continent. Hosting COP32 gives us a unique opportunity to elevate African priority, advance climate justice, and shape global decision with African leadership at the forefront. As we look ahead, I warmly invite you, our distinguished media partners and IGAD, to collaborate closely with Ethiopia. Let us work together to make COP32 impactful and to leave behind lasting legacy.
The challenges are immense, but so are the opportunities for resilience and progress, he said, calling on the media to continue spotlighting stories that inform, inspire, and empower communities across the Horn of Africa. Prime Minister of Serbia, Duro Makyut, met with President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Felix Antonio Tshisekedi Tshilombo, who is on an official visit to Serbia. Makyut welcomed the President of the Congo and expressed belief that his visit will contribute to the further development of relations between the two countries and the intensification of cooperation. The Prime Minister emphasized that the bilateral documents signed today in the fields of internal and foreign affairs and sports will provide an additional impetus to the development of overall relations. The Prime Minister expressed gratitude to the President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo for friendship, respect, cooperation, and support. These relations date back to the times of the non-aligned movement, and with pride in having such friends, we continue to develop our cooperation, he said. Ethiopia is stepping forward to strengthen its position as a cultural and tourism hub in Africa by showcasing the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Harar Jagol. The Minister of Tourism, led by Minister Salamait Kassa in collaboration with UNESCO, is organizing familiarization trips for ambassadors and international organization leaders based in Addis Ababa to experience Ethiopia's rich historical and cultural heritage firsthand. The initiative aims to demonstrate how Ethiopia is preserving Harar Jagol according to the international standards while making it accessible to visitors. Recent developments and corridor projects around the ancient walled city underline the nation's commitment to heritage conservation and sustainable tourism.
This is a familiarization trip. We have organized it, our ministry, the Ministry of Tourism has organized this with UNESCO. As UNESCO registered heritage sites, we wanted diplomats residing in Addis Ababa, as Addis Ababa is a diplomatic city. We have a lot of embassies and international organization offices there. So we wanted them to get the sense of Ethiopia so that they can also promote and assist with the promotion and also the image building activity. So we wanted them to get the sense of Harar, the sense of other destinations. A few months ago, we have taken a number of ambassadors and also international organization leaders to Bali National Park. This time it's Harar, and we're going to continue doing that so that we can connect with the diplomatic community and also show the real image of our country. We're also showing them how all this development that's been going on for the past 2 years in line with the corridor project and also with the conservation of the UNESCO heritage site of Harar. We wanted them to see how elevated everything is, how it's now more accessible for tourists, how it is well preserved, and how everything has been done according to the international standard. So we are here with the UNESCO country director and other diplomatic community so that we can show them the new developments, new destination activity and also how we have preserved the historical heritage that we have here.
The program is part of a broader strategy that highlights Ethiopia's diverse offerings from natural wonders like Bali National Park to historical and cultural landmarks, showcasing the country's unique combination of African heritage, biodiversity, and environmental assets. With 13 tangible and 6 intangible UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the highest in Africa, Ethiopia is positioning itself as a leader in heritage tourism on the continent. Dr. Rita Bisunoth, UNESCO representative to Ethiopia, emphasized the importance of diplomatic engagement in promoting Africa's cultural wealth. She noted that showcasing heritage sites not only preserves universal values, but also strengthens tourism, boosts local economies, and supports community prosperity.
Ethiopia has the highest number of tangible UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 13 tangible UNESCO World Heritage Sites and 6 intangible World Heritage Sites. So what we do is that we bring the diplomatic community to visit those sites because those sites need to be preserved. Those sites need to be known. We want those beautiful sites. When you become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is a universal value. That means that you don't have it anywhere in the world. It is the most beautiful. So we need to showcase. As UNESCO, we are helping the Ethiopian government to showcase your beautiful sites that you have. Importantly is for us to interact with the community. We want to interact with the community to talk about the challenges that the community faces, because many of the communities, it is their livelihood. Tourism is their livelihood. And when we come here as the diplomatic community, we show that these places are safe to come, that those places are really places that need to be visited. So this will also enhance tourism, will enhance the livelihoods of the local community. So this is really the aim that we organize such visits.
By elevating sites like Harar Jagol, Ethiopia is setting a regional example of how African nations can leverage their cultural and natural treasures to enhance global visibility and economic growth. Moreover, she noted that Ethiopia holds the highest number of tangible UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Africa, numbering 13 alongside 6 intangible sites. Renowned Ghanaian sculptor El Anatsui has called for museums to evolve from static repositories into dynamic spaces for dialogue, connecting the past, the present, and future. Speaking during the 27th General Conference of the International Council of Museums, ICOM Dubai 2025, he emphasized that museums should be accessible, affordable, and play active civic roles in society. The conference, held under the patronage of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and themed the future of museums in rapidly changing communities, brought together over 4,500 cultural leaders and museum professionals worldwide. On the sidelines, Anatsui met with Sheikha Latifa bint Mohammed, chairperson of Dubai Culture, to discuss art's role in fostering cross-cultural understanding. He also highlighted restitution as a key issue, noting the importance of returning cultural artifacts to their communities. El Anatsui, celebrated for transforming everyday materials into monumental artworks, has received numerous awards, including the Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement at the 2015 Venice Biennial and the 2017 Premium Imperial. Now to business news. The Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, is seeking to scale up its operations in Zimbabwe's energy sector, following a meeting with President Emmerson Mnangagwa in Harare on Friday. Executives from ADNOC, the world's 12th largest oil company, say they intend to expand the supply of refined fuel products, particularly diesel and gasoline, to support Zimbabwe's growing demand. The company recently entered the local market and has already begun fuel deliveries. ADNOC CEO Ahmed bin Talith said the visit reflects strengthening ties between the UAE and Zimbabwe. We want to expand our collaboration and play a role in securing the lowest possible prices for consumers, he said after the meeting. He commended Zimbabwe's ease of doing business reforms, saying they have enabled the company to establish operations smoothly and explore new investment opportunities. Zimbabwe relies heavily on imported fuel, most of it transported via the Feruka pipeline, while the UAE stands as the country's second largest trading partner. Moving to sport news, Royal Air Maroc has announced special discounted fares for African football fans traveling to Morocco for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, speaking up preparations as the continent's largest sporting event draws closer. The national carrier unveiled the exclusive offers on Tuesday, November 25, aimed at making travel more accessible for supporters eager to cheer on their teams during the tournament, which runs from December 21 to January 18, 2026. The airline says the initiative reflects its commitment to supporting African football and strengthening ties across the continent, with demand expected to surge in the weeks leading up to the competition. Royal Air Maroc is positioning itself as a key transport partner, offering very attractive prices on selected routes to ensure as many fans as possible can join the festivities in the kingdom. The move comes as Morocco continues to ramp up logistical, hospitality, infrastructure preparations to host the event. By easing travel costs, Royal Air Maroc hopes to boost turnout and enhance the atmosphere in stadiums nationwide, making the 2025 CAN a unifying celebration for African supporters. Next, let's check the current weather forecast. Thank you for joining us on Pulse of Africa News. Keep following for more stories across the continent.